The president has promised the people of Alexander 1 million houses. I'm saying to myself, tell me, where's the president going to get the money from?
So
because
you think the president is lying there?
Lying. It's actually a criminal lie. Because tell me, where's he going to get a million rands to buy houses, to build houses for? For people of Alexander, in fact, he does not have money to build 1 million houses for the entire country, not just Alexander.
You know, guys, people in South Africa have gotten used to not taking the African National Congress accountable so much that they are willing to let these people get away with all sorts of nonsense. They are willing to let the African National Congress get away with the murder, man. This is what black people are willing to do in South Africa. And I find it very strange that the people in South Africa, man, are so obsessed about the issues that are not even going to take us anywhere. How is it possible, man, that we as black communities facing so many problems, we are focusing on the issues that are not going to take us forward? I find it very strange, man. This is one phenomena that I'm struggling to understand. I am struggling to understand the mindset of black people in South Africa. I am struggling to understand how is it possible that black people today, as we speak, you know, guys, I'm holding this bottle of water. I'm holding this bottle of water. And I'm looking at this bottle of water and thinking about the fact that the African National Congress has been in charge of the country for the past 30 years. But today, majority of pro-black people in the communities, majority of pro-black people in my communities are subjected to dirty drinking water. You know, fortunately for us, I can buy this water for me and my family. I can afford to buy this water for me and my family. But not many people in the townships can say that. Many people in the townships, they are subjected to dirty drinking water. But for some reason, every time when we talk about these issues that are facing South Africa, every time when we try to highlight these issues that South Africans are facing today, you have black people that are the victims of African National Congress telling you that no, we need to hold dearly to 1652. We need to hold dearly to Jan van Riebeeck. This is what people are telling us. So as I'm holding this bottle of water, I'm asking myself, how many people are actually going to die because of this dirty water from the African National Congress? How many people are going to die? Today, as we speak, the African National Congress cannot even provide people with electricity. Now, they are failing to provide people with a clean drinking water. The same African National Congress has given our children 30% education. The same African National Congress has given us incompetent ministers. The same African National Congress has broken down the state-owned entities. How many people are supposed to die before these people may say enough is enough? Guys, when will our people learn? When will our people learn? It is so hard for me to understand this phenomenon, man. You know, it is so hard for me to understand this phenomenon because every time when we try to talk about the issues that are facing South Africa today, you have people telling us that no, we cannot hold the African National Congress because of their mess. This past 30 years of the African National Congress, you know, every time when the African National Congress goes on national television and say that 30 years it is not enough for them to fix the mess of apartheid, you think that it's a message that would actually make sure the African National Congress loses the election. But it looks like that message is starting to resonate with the people on the ground, because people on the ground, they are saying, no, man, we cannot hold the African National Congress accountable because of all sorts of things that are happening in the townships. So, guys, as I'm holding this bottle of water, I am asking myself, how many mothers are going to lose their children because of the dirty water that have been provided by the African National Congress? Man, you know, I hate it so much when the African National Congress goes around and say that the people cannot vote for the DA, people cannot vote for the multi-party chart, people cannot vote for the EFF, people cannot vote for all sorts of parties because the African National Congress is the only party that loves the black people, man. So how do you love black people when you are failing to provide them with a clean drinking water? How do you actually love black people when you are failing to provide them with electricity? How do you love black people when you are failing to provide them with a good education system? And how do you love black people when you are failing to give people competent ministers? How do you love black people when you are destroying the state-owned entities? How do you love black people, man, when you are making companies leave South Africa that resulting in people losing their jobs? Guys, recently the unemployment rate went up. I was watching the news and I think they said that 46,000 people lost their jobs. I'm not sure if those are correct numbers, 46,000 people lost their jobs. So 46,000 families have lost their jobs. That's it. Do you think what that means? Do you think what that means? People have children, people have families. How do you expect people to survive in this economy? And how black people are actually expecting to survive in this economy? Man, you know, the fact that today in South Africa, black people are the ones that are giving us all sorts of excuses why we should keep the African National Congress. It boggles my mind that today, in 2024, black people are still giving the African National Congress all sorts of excuses. It is not a surprise that the African National Congressman thinks that the people of this country are stupid. The ANC thinks that the people of this country are stupid. The ANC thinks the majority of poor black people are stupid. And it is hard to disagree with African National Congress when the same people that are the victims of the African National Congress are agreeing with the African National Congress. It is so hard. It is so hard, man. The ANC honestly believes that the people are stupid. They believe that the people are stupid. So, guys, as I'm holding this bottle of water, I mean, my heart is broken. My heart is broken because I know that not many people in the townships can actually afford to buy wood. I know that not many families in the townships can actually afford to buy wood. So how many people are actually going to get sick because of this dirty water from the African National Congress? How many people are actually going to die because of this dirty water from the African National Congress? People have already lost their businesses because these people cannot provide with electricity. Young people in the country today cannot even start their own businesses. Why? Because there is no electricity. 60% of young people that are starting their own businesses, they are failing because there is no electricity in the country. There is no electricity in the country. And unfortunately, we cannot have critical conversations in the country. Why? Because people are a bunch of 30%ers. People are not critical thinkers. People are not critical thinkers. So it is going to be very hard for South Africa to move forward. It's going to be hard for South Africa to move forward, man. And the fact that the African National Congress still enjoys majority of support in the country, the fact that these people, man, after everything they have done, guys, I know this is what I said on the last video, man, but it is one thing that I cannot actually wrap my head around. That after everything that these people have done, how is it possible that we still have them running as frontliners, man? How is it possible, man, that when people are going to die because they cannot afford drinking water? People are going to die. People are going to die. Is the African National Congress going to hold itself accountable? I don't think that the African National Congress is going to hold itself accountable. The African National Congress has denied accountability. For the past 30 years, they are telling you that also all wrong things that have happened in the country, it is not their fault. So now in the country, man, we have a problem of what many people, many black communities are subjected to dirty water, and the same communities are giving the African National Congress all sorts of excuses. So when people start dying, is the African National Congress going to take accountability? Is African National Congress going to take accountability? Because the same people that are giving the African National Congress excuses, when they start losing their family members, they're going to expect the people to be out on the streets protesting the African National Congress. The same party that they are giving excuses right now, they're going to expect us to go out and protest because the African National Congress has provided them with the dirty water. And now they are starting to lose their family members. They're going to expect people to go out in the streets. They're going to expect people to go out in the streets. It is hard, man. It is hard, man. It is hard. You would actually think that in 2024, black people would want nothing to do with African National Congress. You would think that in 2024, black people would want nothing to do with African National Congress, but it looks like our people, man, they still enjoy the African National Congress despite everything these people have done to them. Now, people are starting to get sick in the townships. I know the media is not reporting on this because it is not the job of the media to actually expose the African National Congress. It is not the job of the media. The same with the people that are coming to the comment section. You know, guys, every time when I try to talk about these things, I'm getting a lot of pushback. Every time when Katleo from Citizen Concerned is trying to talk about these things, she's getting a lot of pushback because people are saying, no, we cannot talk about the African National Congress. We cannot talk about these people being in governance for the past 30 years. We cannot talk about the fact that South Africa is a broken down country. We cannot talk about the fact that investors are not even interested in coming to the country. We cannot talk about the fact that people are losing their lives. We cannot talk about the fact that crime is on all-time high. We cannot talk about the fact that people are losing jobs in South Africa. No, we cannot talk about that. For some reason, we have people wanting black people in this country, man, to hold dearly to apartheid, man. You know, when every time when the African National Congress goes around and say that the ANC is the only party that cares for black people. The ANC is the only party that cares for black people. When you hear the African National Congress telling black people in South Africa that no, you cannot vote for the Democratic Alliance because the Democratic Alliance is a party that hates black people. When the African National Congress tells you that you cannot vote for the multi-party charter because the multi-party charter is led by the Democratic Alliance, so Democratic Alliance actually hates black people. The African National Congress, they think that all parties in South Africa, they hate black people. It is only them that they love black people. But when you look at clarity, man, when you look at the situation with a sober mind, you say, how is it possible for the ANC to say that all these parties, they hate black people, but black people under the governance of African National Congress are having the toughest time? Black people under the ANC governance, man, they are living a miserable life. They are living a miserable life. They are living a miserable life, man. You know, guys, when you go around in the townships, man, and you see how people live, you see how people live, and the fact that people are even failing to question the African National Congress, and the fact that people are being told that you cannot vote for certain parties. People are being told that certain political parties are not even an option. This is what people are being told in the townships. So people in the townships do not want to engage in politics in clear mind. The people in the townships, man, are so passionate, are so personal. When they talk about politics, people will tell you that, man, I would vote for the African National Congress through and through. I would vote for the African National Congress through and through. It is so hurtful to see people saying that, man. It is so hurtful for people to saying that. And when I get this pushback from the people who don't want me to talk about the African National Congress, you know, people will come on the platform and say that, Thomas, man, why don't you talk about the other political parties, man? Why don't you go so hard on other political parties, man? You are only focusing on the African National Congress, man. Please talk about the DA. Please talk about the IFP. Please talk about Patriotic Alliance. Please talk about the wrongs of the EFF. Please talk about the wrongs of IFP. Please talk about the wrongs of all sorts of parties, man. Stop obsessing about the African National Congress. What these people are actually telling you is that we need to stop talking about the carnage of the African National Congress. We need to distract our people with the political party. Guys, let me tell you right now, other political parties right now, as we speak, they are not as important as the African National Congress. Taking the African National Congress out of governance, it is the most important job all of us, we need to pull together. I don't care about other political parties. Other political parties, they haven't been in charge of this country for the past 30 years. Other political parties, man, haven't been in charge of this country for the past 30 years. So to all of those people, man, who are telling me to focus on other political parties, I did not come on this platform to be balanced, to criticize all political parties, to try to appeal to all political parties. Man, I don't care about that. I came on this platform because I care about my people. And my people have been subjected to the African National Congress for the past 30 years. So I don't care about what other political parties are doing. I don't care about what other political parties are saying. I care about what the African National Congress is doing, because every single thing that the African National Congress is doing, it's impacting the people on the ground. It's impacting the people on the ground. Why is it so hard for people to understand that? I did not come on this platform because I wanted to be balanced. I did not come on this platform because I wanted to pretend to be a political analyst. Guys, I am not a political analyst. I am just an average guy in the townships talking on the internet. I hate it when people try to hold me to the standards of the political analyst. Guys, I am not a political analyst. I am just an average guy in the townships talking about the situation that my people are facing on the ground. I'm simply talking about the situation that my people are facing on the ground. Then you have these people, man, saying that we need to be balanced, man. We don't need to criticize. We don't need to criticize only the ANC, man. We need to criticize other political parties, man. We need to talk about other political parties, man. You know, if we talk about other political parties, we are simply going to distract the people. We are going to distract the people from the mission. Our mission as South Africans should be to get rid of the African National Congress. That is our mission as South Africans. All political parties in South Africa, if these people were serious, man, all of them, they would come together under one umbrella and say, guys, let's put our differences aside. The ANC has destroyed this country so much. The ANC has destroyed this country so much. All political parties, man, were supposed to say, guys, it is fine. The ANC, the EFF, and the DA, they don't get along. It is fine. They were supposed to say, guys, let's put our differences aside. Let's kick the ANC, and after we kick the ANC, we can fight. We can fight. All political parties in South Africa were supposed to say that. They were supposed to say that, but no, they are not doing that because why? These people, they still want to do what the African National Congress is doing to the people. That's why these people are selfish, thinking that they can kick out the African National Congress alone. That's why all political parties are going to fail when it comes to kicking out the African National Congress, because people are actually undermining how powerful the ANC is. People are undermining how powerful the ANC is. So South Africans are about to learn a hard lesson, especially South Africans who actually wanted this country to go forward. Man, my heart is going to be broken, man. My heart is already broken. Thinking about what is going to happen on the May 29th, man, my heart is already broken because I know the ANC is going to win the elections. And why? Because the people we have elected in governance, they are not putting their country's interest first, man. If all of those political parties actually loved South Africans, they would come together, I mean, all of them, they would put their differences aside and do a major conference of the political parties, man, coming together under one umbrella, man, because we have a one common enemy. This is what you would think the political parties in South Africa would do, but no. Political parties in South Africa are not doing that. They're not doing that. So, guys, the people that you are sending in governance, the people that you are sending in parliament, they are not going there because to represent you. They are not going there because they have your best interest at heart. They are simply going to parliament to enjoy the perks of parliament. They are simply going to parliament to throw their chairs and insult with each other there in parliament. They are not in parliament because they want to represent your best interest. Because all of these political parties, if they were serious about South Africa, I mean, if political parties were actually honest about what is happening in South Africa, if these people were honest about that, they would say, guys, it is fine. We can differ all we want. But right now, we cannot allow the African National Congress to continue hammering down South Africa. We cannot allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. But they are going to allow that to happen. They are going to allow that to happen. I know that possibly many of you are not going to vote for the African National Congress. But are you going to make a difference? Are you going to make a difference? Man, my heart is already broken, man. My heart is already broken because I know we are defeated. We are already defeated. I mean, May is a couple of months away, but we are already defeated because we don't have political parties in South Africa that has a mindset of actually saving South Africa. The political parties in South Africa, they simply want to attain power. The political parties and the politicians in South Africa, they want to attain power. They want to go to parliament. They want to enjoy the perks of governance. They don't care about saving this country. They don't care about your interest. They don't care about that. They don't care about your interest. They don't. They don't care about your interest, man. They don't care about your interest. If they really cared about your interest, man, I still believe that all of these guys would have come together. As much as the DA and the EFF is different, because every time when I talk about the political parties coming together, people will think of the DA and the EFF and say that, man, the DA would never come together with the EFF. Man, the DA has worked with the EFF. The DA has worked with the EFF, man. These people, man, I think they can figure something out. I think they can figure something out, man. All political parties can come and join in and put all their differences aside and say, guys, it is fine. It is fine. We know that we don't love each other. The DA, it is fine. We know that we don't love the EFF. The EFF, it is fine. We know that we don't love the DA. But guys, can we please try to put our differences aside and put South Africa first? Can we please try to put our differences aside and put South Africa first? Because if we have so many political parties, man, it shows you that we are not going to take out the African National Congress. We are not going to take out the ANC. We are not going to take out the ANC, man. Why is it so hard for the opposition parties, man, to do a major conference, man? All political parties, IFP, Patriotic Alliance, the EFF, man, the DA, all political parties, man. Can you just imagine, man, a big conference of the political parties in South Africa, man, doing their rallies together, all of them saying that, guys, I know I don't love these guys, man. I know basically I hate these people. I know basically I hate these people, man. But for us to save this country, man, we need to get rid of the African National Congress. Then we can fight about the best way to move the country forward. The political parties were supposed to come together and say that, guys, we hate each other. We know we hate each other. It is fine. We hate each other. We cannot stand each other. But right now, we have a one common enemy, which is the African National Congress. Can we please try to keep these people out of governance so that we can fight for the best way to take the country forward. This country, man, is going to be a failed state soon. South Africa is going to be a failed state soon, man. All these grants that the people are enjoying from the African National Congress, man, soon, one day, I was having a conversation with my friend the other day. I said that, man, one day, it may not be today, it may not be after 2 years, it may not be after 3 years, but one day, the African National Congress is going to come out and say, guys, these grants that we have been paying, we can no longer pay these grants. These social grants that we have been giving to people, man, we can no longer provide the people with these social grants. What are people going to say then? What are people going to say then? Because it looks like the SASA recipients in this country, man, are the ones that are going to keep the ANC in charge. The SASA recipients are the ones that are going to play a major role of keeping the ANC in charge. The ANC is already going around saying that if people do not vote for the African National Congress, they are going to lose their SASA grants. So the SASA recipients are going to keep the ANC in charge. And one day, it may not be today, one day the ANC is going to say, guys, we can no longer provide with these social grants. And by then, South Africa would want to focus on the issues that, guys, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do to move the country forward? It will be too late. It will be too late. Videos like this won't matter anymore. They won't matter anymore. They won't matter anymore. So, guys, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I'm just standing outside, man. You see how dark it is. It is load shedding here. They are giving us dirty water. They are not giving us electricity. It's a mess. It's a mess. Can you imagine, man? People are saying that we need to stop obsessing about the African National Congress. People actually telling us that we need to stop talking about the party that has been destroying the country for the past 30 years. This is what people are telling us, that, man, you need to stop talking about the party that has been destroying people's lives for the past 30 years. Simply because people want to enter into racial and identity politics. They want to get into racial and identity politics. And you see, identity politics and racial politics, it is going to kill South Africa. It is going to kill South Africa. I know many people today, they are calling us clever blacks, they are calling us coons, they are calling us sellouts. Man, can you imagine? The people who don't even know what apartheid looks like, they are calling us sellouts. I don't know what apartheid looks like, but people my age, they're telling me, they're calling me a sellout. A sellout of what? A sellout of what? Because I'm talking to the people, because I'm telling the people what is really happening. People are telling me, yeah, you need to stop being a sellout, man. You need to stop being a sellout. South Africa, man, it's on a verge of becoming a failed state. South Africa is on a verge of becoming a failed state, and the citizens of this country, man, they have themselves to blame. The citizens of this country, they have themselves to blame. So, guys, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, man. I feel like I need to get a chair or something. I feel like I need to get a chair. Let me go inside the house to try to get a chair. I feel like I need to get a chair or something, man. I feel like spending a bit of time with you guys. Yeah, man. And I don't know why I didn't go live, man. I wish I was live. I wish I was live. And I'm not even sure that you people can see me. I'm not sure if you people can see me, man. It is sad, guys. It is sad, man. I received a question earlier on today. Someone said that, Thomas, man, what keeps you going? What keeps you going? No, they didn't say what keeps you going. They said, Thomas, what actually encouraged you to start your own platform? What encouraged you to start your own platform? And I said that the people's ignorance encouraged me to start this platform. And I couldn't believe that after 30 years, man, black people in this country, they still want to give the African National Congress a chance. I don't know how is that even possible. I don't know how is that even possible. So I thought that I could do something. But I'm watching and I'm looking at what is really happening in the country, and I say, man, Thomas, you know you will love to think of yourself as an important person, man. But right now, you are losing the fight. We are losing the fight. So, guys, if you were interested to learning why I started the platform, it's because people's ignorance actually pushed me to start this platform. I didn't want to do this platform, and I didn't want to come here every day complaining about what is happening in the country. But people's ignorance, because I honestly thought that the people in this country, man, in 2024, I thought that people would say that, guys, we are sick and tired of the African National Congress, man. You know, if people were talking about getting rid of the ANC since 2023, 2022, if this was a strong talking point from the people in the townships, I would not be here with you guys. I'm honest. I would not be here with you, honestly. But when you listen to the people, man, and the fact that people out of everything, people are honestly willing to ignore everything the African National Congress has done. People are willing to ignore every single thing the African National Congress has done. They are willing to ignore it, man. They're willing to ignore it. Uh, I can't believe how naive people are, man. I can't believe how naive people are. I can't believe the fact that people cannot even use their brains. And the fact that majority of the people that are talking on behalf of the African National Congress are the people that are in the townships, the people that are suffering under the African National Congress, the people that are unemployed under the African National Congress. These are the same people that are talking all sorts of nonsense. These are people that are saying, man, we are going to give the African National Congress another chance, man. Can you imagine someone sitting at home, unemployed, people being angry at him in the house because he cannot contribute? You know how families are, man. If you cannot contribute, if you are 28 years old, 29 years old, and you cannot contribute in the house, people are going to be angry at you. Your sister is not going to like you. Your brother is not going to like you. Your parents are going to be frustrated with you because an adult like you cannot even contribute. You cannot even buy a maize meal. You cannot even buy a pack of chicken. But the same people who are not even able to buy a pack of chicken are telling you that we are going to give the ANC another chance. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable, man, that the people that are suffering under the ANC, the people that are suffering under the ANC, they are the people that are telling you that, man, I will never vote for the DA. I will never vote for AFP. I will never vote for EFF. I will never vote for Patriotic Alliance, man. I will never vote for all of those parties, man. I will never vote for any of those parties. I'm going to vote for the ANC again. I'm going to vote for the ANC again, man. The young people that are unemployed today, they are doing door to door under the ANC, telling people that, guys, we are going to give your children work. The people are not even working, but they are going there door to door, knocking on people's doors, promising people jobs when they themselves are unemployed. They themselves are unemployed. But these people, man, are doing door to doors, knocking on people's doors. But they are telling you that, man, we are promising you jobs. We are promising you jobs, man. This is why I said that the ANC president, Colin Malachi, the ANC Youth League president, Colin Malachi, man, he needs to stop talking about unemployment because 80% of that ANC Youth League is unemployed. The ANC Youth League president, man, needs to stop talking about we are going to create jobs for young people. We need to talk about how we are going to improve the small business industries so that young people can thrive. Man, Colin Malachi needs to shut up, man. Colin Malachi needs to shut up. He needs to shut up. His people are unemployed. The ANC people are unemployed. Just imagine unemployed people going around in the townships and knocking on doors, promising people jobs when they themselves are unemployed. This is how bad things are in the townships. This is how bad things are in the townships. You know, I remember a conversation I once had with my brother. I remember the conversation that I once had with my brother, man, that you know how the ANC, you know how funny the ANC cadres are living, most of the ANC cadres, man, some of the ANC cadres, they are living in municipalities that are governed by the Democratic Alliance. But they are ANC. President Ramaphosa is there in Cape Town. Cape Town is run by the Democratic Alliance. Even Ramaphosa himself, he doesn't want to subject himself to the mess of the African National Congress. The ANC cadres there in Cape Town, they don't want to subject themselves to the mess of the African National Congress. The ANC cadres here in the Free State, many of them, they are living in the municipalities that are governed by the Democratic Alliance. They don't want to subject themselves to the mess of the African National Congress. They don't want to subject themselves to the mess of the African National Congress. But for some reason, these people, they want you to vote for the ANC. They are living in municipalities that are governed by DA, but they want you to live in the municipalities that are governed by the African National Congress. Please make that make sense. Please make that make sense. If President Ramaphosa, was really serious about this African National Congress of his, Ramaphosa, would be somewhere in Johannesburg, where the African National Congress governs. Ramaphosa would be somewhere in Tshwane, where the African National Congress governs, so that he can subject himself to his own governance. But no, President Ramaphosa enjoys living in Cape Town. He enjoys the governance of the Democratic Alliance, but going around and telling people that the ANC has the best governance when he himself and his family are living under the governance of the Democratic Alliance. Man, this is how the cadres of the ANC think the people of. This is why the cadres of the ANC think the people are stupid, man. This is why the ANC cadres think the people are stupid, man. Most of these people are not living in the municipalities that are governed by the ANC. These people are not living in the municipalities that are governed by the ANC, but they go around telling people to vote for the ANC mayors. They are going around to tell people to vote for the African National Congress, but they cannot even live in the municipalities that are governed by the ANC, man. How is it possible that the president of the country, man, the whole president of the country is there in Cape Town? How is it possible? How is it possible? I mean, Ramaphosa was supposed to be somewhere where the ANC governs. Ramaphosa needs to live where the ANC governs. Some of these ANC ministers that are enjoying Cape Town, they need to get the hell out of Cape Town and go somewhere where the African National Congress governs. They need to get out of Cape Town. So they enjoy the governance of the DA, but they don't want the DA to govern the country. No. We need to enjoy this thing ourselves. This is what I was talking about. Guys, you remember that video that I did about Orania? You remember that video I did about Orania? I said that the politicians in South Africa, they are living in gated communities. And people need to understand that with the gated communities, not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk around in the streets, man. In the gated communities, man, you need to phone. When you get to every entry point, man, you need to phone and say, man, I'm here to see such and such. The politicians in South Africa, they enjoy living in the gated communities where not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can roam around the streets, but they talk bad about Orania. They talk bad about Orania, man. They enjoy living like the people of Orania, but they don't want the South Africans to live like the people of Orania. They themselves, they can live like the people of Orania. They can live in gated communities. It is fine for them. It is fine for them. How is those gated communities different from Orania? Because the gated communities, man, the people there, they are very rich. They are very rich, man, and they are very aware of what is happening in their townships, man. They don't want people to go there, man. You know, they have children there. Children are playing, man. The millionaires' children and the billionaires' children are playing in the streets, man. So not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can walk around in the streets, man. We don't want these criminals entering our neighborhoods. We don't want these criminals, man, entering our suburbians. But we are talking bad about the people of Orania. We are talking bad about the people of Orania. So they are telling average South Africans that it is fine. It is fine. Do not create your own Oranians, man. Continue killing yourselves. So continue killing each other, man. Continue with the crime. Continue with the illegal migration. The illegal immigrants, man, that the people like Julius Malema are talking on behalf of, they will never live in Sandton. Those people will never live in Sandton, man. The illegal immigrants are living with the people in the townships. Julius Malema is saying it is fine. All of these illegal immigrants, they need to come and live with you people there in the townships. You need to kill each other there in the townships while we are living like the people of Orania. But you cannot even talk about Orania. You cannot even admire Orania, because admiring Orania, it shows you that you are a racist sympathizer. As much as we live like the people of Orania, but we don't want you to live like the people of Orania. Man, you are fine where you are. You are fine where you are. South African politicians are something else, man. And it shows you that the people of this country are not sophisticated, man. If we really had sophisticated people in the townships, these people would have been voted out a long time ago, man. Can you imagine, man? If we really had clever voters, if we really had people, man, who can vote with their minds, man, most of these political parties in South Africa, man, they would never be relevant. They would never be relevant. There's some of these politicians in South Africa today, they will never be relevant. Never. Never. They would never be relevant. People would be asking them tough questions. But no, this is not what people are doing, man. People are seeing politicians as gods. People are seeing politicians as celebrities, man. They enjoy being around politicians. They worship politicians, man. That's why everywhere where Ramaphosa goes, man, people are worshiping his. People are worshiping the ground where Ramaphosa works, man. Ramaphosa kisses your grandmothers, man. People are happy there, giving the president hugs, man, rubbing his shoulders. This is what people are doing, because people actually think that politicians are celebrities. They don't look at politicians as a public servants. No, this is not why. This is not how people actually look at politicians. They don't look at politicians as a public servants. No, nope, nope. Public servants, why? Public servants, why? No, politicians are not public servants, man. These people are demigods. We love them so much, man. If you dare criticize them, we are going to ostracize you. If you dare criticize these politicians, we are going to put you on a cross like Jesus, and we are going to crucify you, because these people are our demigods. These people are our demigods. So the situation in South Africa, man, is very dire, man. I'm very worried about this country, man. But I'm starting not to get worried about the country, man. I'm starting to accept that we have lost the battle, man. We have lost the battle, man. You know, I was talking with my sister yesterday, Katlego, from Citizen Concern. We were talking with my sister, man, and she said that, Thomas, man, you know, the last video that you did, man, you were so discouraged. I was so worried about you. I said, man, honestly, man, I'm discouraged about these people, man. We had a long chat with my sister, and she told me that, Thomas, man, you cannot give up. As much as you feel like you are failing, as much as you feel like we are failing in this fight, but you cannot give up, man. People need you. You cannot give up. People need you, man. So thank you to Katlego. Thank you to Citizen Concern, man, for contacting me, because, man, my spirit is really down, because I know that we are going to lose. I know that we are going to lose, man. We are going to lose. 29th of May is going to come. The African National Congress is going to get like what? 40%, 45%. These opposition parties that are going around pretending to hate the ANC will be running to the African National Congress, because these people simply want power. They will be running to the African National Congress. Man, Gaten McKenzie already told you, if Ramaphosa calls him, he's going to pick up that call, and he's going to help Ramaphosa retain the union building. Gaten McKenzie told you. So, sorry guys, if you want to vote for Patriotic Alliance, you're like, yeah, it's fine, you can vote for Patriotic Alliance, but just know that Patriotic Alliance, man, like, they are looking to help the ANC to keep the power. They are looking to help the ANC to keep the power, man. So I know that we have already lost. I know that we have already lost. So I think we might as well prepare ourselves for the fight in 2029, because the fight for 2024 we have already lost. We have already lost the fight for 2024. No one can convince me otherwise. No one can convince me otherwise, man. We have already lost the fight for 2024. We are not going to win. As much as people hate the African National Congress, man, we are not going to win. You need to understand that in South Africa, people who don't want the African National Congress to continue being in governance are a minority. Are a minority. Majority of the people in the country, they enjoy what is happening in the country. Majority of the people in the country, they enjoy the governance of the ANC. They enjoy the governance of the ANC. So we are going to lose, and we are going to lose big time. The ANC is going to need like what? Two political parties, two smaller political parties, to help them to get to the numbers they need. And these people will be in charge of the country again. These people will be in charge of the country again. And right now, with 350 political parties, man, the ANC doesn't even need the DA. The ANC doesn't need the EFF, man. The ANC, they can take these lousy political parties, man, combine their numbers, man, and they are governing the party, they are governing the country again. the DA and the EFF will be frustrated. They will remember this video when I said that, guys, it is fine. I know that you hate each other. I know the DA hates the EFF. I know the EFF hates the DA. But I feel like right now we need to put South Africa first. We need to put South Africa first. And if this is not what the DA and the EFF are going to do, man, so the ANC is going to pick lousy political parties. They're going to take Patriotic Alliance. Maybe they're going to take one of these political parties that are coming up. And these political parties are going to help them. I remember I did an interview with Rise Mzansi. And I asked the lady there from Rise Mzansi, I said, man, if Ramaphosa calls Rise Mzansi and says, man, we need you guys. You know that the ANC is bleeding. We need you guys to fill up the gaps. Will Songeso Zibi pick up that call? Will Songeso Zibi pick up the call, man? Will Rise Mzansi actually go and help with the African National Congress? They didn't say no. They didn't say no. As much as they didn't say yes, but they didn't say no. And the fact that they didn't say no, clearly, it shows you that Rise Mzansi, man, can do anything. And these people are popular, by the way. Rise Mzansi, man, is popular, man. You look at Rise Mzansi, man, these people are popular. Rise Mzansi, Patriotic Alliance. These are political parties that South Africa should really look out for. These are political parties that are actually going to help the African National Congress. The business in South Africa, they wanted the African National Congress to win. Because without the African National Congress, the business in South Africa would not do as they please. The media in South Africa, that's why the media is feeding people nonsense. And that's why every time when you watch the news, man, the media is feeding people with nonsense. I was watching them talking about the Judge Shrop. I mean, no one gives a damn about Judge Shrop. I mean, I don't care about Judge Shrop. I mean, Judge Shrop is not going to change the lives of the people in the townships. Judge Shrop, I mean, is like, he's not going to do anything for the people in the townships. So I don't know why the media is so obsessed about Judge Shrop. I mean, if you can go around in the streets and ask people about Judge Shrop, people don't know who this Judge Shrop is. They don't know who is this Judge Shrop. I mean, now the media is talking about the they are talking about the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. They are talking about the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. They are talking about Thabo Bester. I mean, like, man, Thabo Bester, man, is going to serve us no purpose. So Thabo Bester is not going to serve us no purpose, guys. Let me take my medicine, man. You know, yesterday I went to the doctor. So, guys, yesterday I went to the doctor, man, because my throat was giving me problems. And the doctor said, man, Thomas, you need to stop running your mouth so much. Your throat is taking a lot of strain. So they gave me this so that I can spray my throat. They gave me this. They gave me this so that I can spray my throat, because the doctor said that I'm running my mouth a lot. So I need to take it down. The media in South Africa, I mean, they are talking about Thabo Bester. I mean, who cares about Thabo Bester? I don't give a damn about Thabo Bester. I don't give a damn about Thabo Bester, because the story of Thabo Bester is not going to help South Africans make a better decision. The story of Thabo Bester is not going to help South Africans make a better decision. So I don't know why the media is trying to feed the people of this country the story of Thabo Bester when we are going to the elections. The media is supposed to be on the ground, talking with the people on the ground. The media is supposed to be highlighting all the wrong things that have been done by the African National Congress. But the media in South Africa says, no, no, no. We are focusing on the story of Thabo Bester, man. We need to feed you this story of Thabo Bester. You need to understand how Thabo Bester and Dr. Nandi Phamagudumana actually escaped jail. This is the media that you guys have. This is the media that you guys have. So the media, man, is like, I've always said that the media, man, is like, the media, it looks like the media is conspiring with African National Congress, man. It looks like the media is conspiring with African National Congress, because if these people, man, were really serious about kicking out the ANC, man, they would have made sure that the people on the ground actually understand what is happening. Most of the people in the country, they don't have the internet, so they don't actually see what is happening in the country, man. They don't see what is happening in the country. So many people in the country, they are relying on the mainstream media for the news. And the mainstream media is giving them the story of Thabo Bester. They are giving them the Judge Shrop. They are giving them Senzo Meyiwa. They are giving them like lousy stories that are not going to help South Africans make a better decision on the 29th of May. The media is giving South Africans lousy stories, man, to keep them busy, to keep them busy. Before they even know it, man, it will be voting time, and South Africans will go out and vote for the African National Congress. Why? Because most of the people are actually oblivious to what is happening in the country. Because the media that actually had a chance of showing the people what is really happening in the country was busy feeding them the story of Thabo Best. This whole thing of Thabo Best, I mean, it's just a distraction, man. Just deal with Thabo Best on the side. Just deal with Thabo Best on the side, man. We don't need the story of Thabo Best. We don't need the story of Thabo Best, man. The media is supposed to be there calling the leaders of the African National Congress, man, doing the interviews with the leaders of the ANC, man, exposing these people, exposing these people, exposing these people. This is what you would actually think it would happen in South Africa, man. This is what you would think that the people who are concerned about the future of this country, this is what you would think the people would do. So a lot of people don't have the internet. So even this video that I'm doing now, many people are not going to see it because many people do not have the internet. Many videos that we have done, people are not actually going to see them because they don't have the internet. Many videos that the channels like Cat Blanche are doing, people are not going to see those documentaries. People are not going to see those documentaries. Why? Why? Because people do not have the internet. People do not have the internet. If you really want to see what is happening in the country, man, you need to have the access to the internet. So many people in the country, they don't have the access to the internet, so they don't know what is happening in the country. So they think everything is still fine. They think everything is still fine. So guys, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know, man. I need to go and buy water, man, before it's too late. I don't know. I don't know, man. I wish this was live, man. I don't know why I didn't do live. Oh, I didn't do live because the electricity is off, man. So the internet is actually giving me problems, man. You know, I have a router and this router works with the internet, man. And I hate these Wi-Fi's that you have to plug them on the walls, man. When the lights are off, even the router is off, man. I hate that so much. I hate that so much, man. These internet companies, man, they need to start doing that. They need to start doing better, man. I hate that so much. I hate that so much. So, guys, I don't know, man. Please tell me what you think on the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. And the most important part is subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.